he didn't. It's a little bit unfortunate for Kubasi, the 17-year-old La Masia graduate, coming from Girona as an under-12 player. Started last season with the youth ranks, but ended up making 24 appearances and went to the under-17 World Cup as well. A steep ascent for him. He's managed well though, and almost worked that out to Yamal nicely too. That's some ball for Rafinha! Would have been a magnificent goal, but Rafinha didn't quite have the radar working.
That's a huge chance for Barcelona. That's why Barcelona is so dangerous. Yamal gets the ball out wide on the right-hand side, and it's a really early cross outside of his boot. Rafinha, normally you'd expect that to rattle into the back of the net. Big chance.
Flick was living every moment there, and Rafinha full of appreciation for the pass, which was gorgeous from the 17-year-old. Rafinha has had his shooting boots on this season, 11 goals in the Spanish top flight this term, 5 more than his total for the whole of last season. So I've expected him to have done a bit better from that pass.
Fighting the Champions League as well, so he is in a real rich vein of form, certainly in front of goal. I think he's really grown as a player in the last season or so at Barcelona. Difficult start to his career, but since then he's really become an important player in his Barcelona side.
Spread wide by Gio Reyna. First serious attack that Dortmund have had, but as soon as I say that, it breaks down and Jules Koundé is able to collect. There's the man that they want to see on the ball, Jamie Gittins, who is in red hot form at the moment. Balde, who's of an English persuasion, hoping that there'll be another diamond that Dortmund can polish for them for the future.
He's been an outstanding form for Dortmund this season. He was in and out of the side last season, didn't start a lot of games for Dortmund, had sort of minimal impact, but this season has been really a big player for them, scored some important goals for them. He's scored, what, 4 successive games in the league as well, so he's been a big player for them.
Barcelona hogging possession. Casado. Off. Lewandowski with the ambitious hit.
It's so dangerous from anywhere in shooting distance. I mean, you could argue how far is shooting distance. I think for Robert Lewandowski it doesn't matter. Anytime he turns it and faces the goal, there's a danger he might get one away.
Became only the 3rd player to score 100 Champions League goals in the victory at home to Brest last time out. Well, Francois Letexier just wants to have a word here.
It's a difficult one, isn't it, for the referee, because it's trying to find a balance between pulling out a card, warning the player, keeping the game flowing, and I think he got it spot on there early on as well. You know, it's just one of those games where you need to keep on top of it, and he's done that really well. He's refereed the key moments so far in this game really well.
Nicely worked out to Duranville. He's full of confidence and full of running and gets it in! And it's set over the top of the bar by Sabitzer.
Wow, what a big chance for Dortmund that is. It's a really good run down the right-hand side, cut back. Sabitzer couldn't believe he's like the ball falls to him beautifully. Just a bit maybe. Takes his eye slightly off the ball. That's a big chance.
Almost rewarding the surprise decision to include the teenager tonight. He's come on as a sub in the Champions League this season already. his first start tonight. Dug towards Lewandowski, but it's actually straight down the throat of Gregor Kobel. Barcelona are the top scorers in this season's Champions League phase at the moment, with 18 goals to their name. 17 in their last 4 Champions League matches. While Dortmund have already come up against Spanish opposition in this league phase, Barca have seen off a Bundesliga club already, not just any Bundesliga club already, not just any Bundesliga club, Bayern, with that thumping 4-1 success at home on match day 2, which included that Rafinha hat-trick, which he ended a 7-game run without a victory against clubs from Germany.
Statement victory, wasn't it, for Barcelona? Certainly after the start they had, losing their first game in the Champions League this season away at Monaco, to then thump Bayern Munich so convincingly was a big statement.
Pedri for Balde. Rafinha. Feels as though Barcelona have got control of this game, even if the scores are still level. As Flick, as I was saying, doesn't believe that you can compare Spanish and German footballs. There's every country has their own DNA, their own style of playing football. He thinks that the atmosphere in both nations is wonderful. Enjoys seeing the passion from the fans, whether it's for or against his team, and noise here is its usual brilliant level as Koundé tries to weave into a crossing area, not cleared very far. Lamine Yamal opens up, and Yamal forces Kobel to get down to make the save. Fans a little bit restless at the insistence on trying to work their way out from the back here. Might just relieve a few nerves as it's launched to Guirassy.
Yeah, that's what Dortmund have to do. They have to make sure they retain possession. Time's not overplay out the back like they did there a little bit. And then when they do find the room for that longer pass, like Guirassy, then he needs to get hold of it. He needs to get his body in between him and the defender, get hold of the ball, and give his teammates a bit of time to get out and help support. Save you expect from Kobel to make there. Kept his eye the whole way around. There were a few players around, did come through the space of quite a crowded bunch of players. And in the end, it was a pretty straightforward save for him.
Risky. Rafinha was closing in. Kobel can tidy up. Here's Sharanville. Kobel. Another way very cheaply to Pedri. Martinez, look how high up the Barcelona centre-halves are.
To do with Dortmund being so deep. You can see how compact Dortmund are. They're trying to close the lines.
Danny Olmo, that's clever. Lewandowski was just slightly caught in his heels there.
Yeah, just I think slightly misdirected that ball over top from Danny Olmo. If he hits more to the left-hand side, Lewandowski has a free run on. So it just goes over the top of Nico Schlotterbeck. It makes it that much more difficult for Lewandowski to change his direction and get onto it.
toes by the energetic Duranville, who's been upended by the Barcelona captain. There might have been some lobbying for a yellow card there, and the referee just saying it's the first that he's committed.
A bit slippery on the foot, the surface, I think. And for now, Dortmund can breathe a little bit, take possession of the ball, slow the game down a little bit, try and stretch a little bit more, try and create a bit more space.
Misjudged that. Duranville after it. He's got the pace to get inside of Pedri, but excellent covering from Balde.
Yeah, it's very tough from there. Double team on him. Balde does really, really well. Doesn't dive in. Pedri was the one that was trying to win that ball before it gets played in behind, but then he knew he had Balde there behind him to cover for him. Very good defending.
After an uncertain start to the season, Dortmund have seemingly picked up in recent weeks. They reacted to 3 consecutive losses by beating then unbeaten Leipzig before they swept Freiburg aside by 4 goals to 0 and drew with their rivals Bayern, which was, despite letting in an equaliser late on, a confidence performance from a team who hadn't seemed anything but just a few weeks earlier. The draw with Mönchengladbach at the weekend means that they're still on the fringes of the top 4, but it's in this competition where they've truly been on song. Wins over Club Brugge and Celtic in their opening 2 games by an aggregate score of 10-0, followed by that defeat to Madrid, but they picked themselves up to beat Sturm Graz and Dinamo Zagreb without conceding, to stay well on course for direct qualification for the last 16. This has been a stern examination of their credentials so far. Kunde. Casado. Martinez. Balde. So it's guided home to Koval. Mecha. Good carry this by Mecha. Gittins. Wild cross, and Girassi frustrated because he'd taken up a good position.
There's a couple of times Jamie Gittins has been in possession, in good positions. He holds his line well, and it's a close call, but he looks up, just slightly overhits the cross. Girassi's making a run to that far post, get the weight and the direction of that right, can cause Barcelona all sorts of problems.
Balde's throw, Lewandowski. I'm sure that's what he intended, but it should come the way of Jules Koundé. Kubasi. Cut out. Is that a foul by Pedri? Home fans feel so. Francois Letexier disagrees.
Yeah, really, they just dwelled on the ball too long. They win possession, a really good position. That's where they've got to really turn it on. They've got to be quick in that transition, try and catching Barcelona out. Reina just dwelled on the ball too long, and Pedri in the end wins it back, and fairly.
Martinez. Angled forwards for Balde. Closed down by Duranville, who I think has belied the fact that he's short on Champions League experience, the way that he started this game.
I think Dortmund's biggest threat so far in this game, certainly from an opportunities perspective, has come down the right-hand side, and Duranville's been very much at the heart of that.
Poked up to Balde. Took it in his stride well. Rierson has got back at it really well, though, to nick possession. substitution, that's risky. Lecce rode the challenge and kept possession, and now strides forwards and finds Gittins. Koundé in his path. Gittins will take him on though. But he won't beat him.
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting challenge for Jamie Gittins against Koundé. Koundé's obviously a top-class defender. And Gittins going to have to really do something special to get past him.
Just as Yamal's done something special to get past his man, but didn't put it off on the pass to evade Emre Can. A bit of a lull, but it feels as though the tempo's just picked up a bit. A few niggly challenges to go alongside that.
Barcelona do well. This occasion they've been caught out a little bit. They just slightly over the top. But generally speaking, what they do is they try and get pressure on the ball immediately. And even if they get it wrong, slight timing out, they commit the foul, it stops the game, slows it down, and then less likely they're going to get hit on the counter-attack. It's smart play from Barcelona.
Rierson has become Mr. Reliable for Dortmund since he arrived. Here is Duranville, who's been pretty reliable for them so far this evening, and that's a useful pass. They're asking for a corner, and they're going to get one. Or is the offside flag up instead? I think it's the latter.
Yeah, good decision again. Just offside. Tries to hold his run, but he's still in the offside position. Didn't get back far enough. It did definitely take deflection. Reina couldn't believe it, but it is an offside. Again, good decision.
Start to the league phase for both of these clubs, and if Barcelona are victorious, it would equal their best start to a Champions League campaign in 14 years, aiming to win 5 in a row in the competition for only the second time in almost a decade. With half an hour gone, they've had the bigger chances.
Yeah, they've had a couple of big chances, haven't they, Barcelona? Not forgetting Dortmund, Sabitzer also had a big chance. Could have easily have been goals already. Both sides were definitely at fault of not taking their big opportunities.
Martinez. It's quite eye-catching how deep Dortmund are out of possession compared to side have the ball, and Barcelona squeeze them, and that's worked into Pedri, who's got Rafinha to his left. Here he is now, early for Lewandowski, but it won't reach him. Sado for Dani Olmo. Koundé for Yamal. Just telling his teammates to slow it down. Pedri. Kubasi. Here's Koundé. Goes early for Lewandowski, tidied up though by Schlotterbeck.
See, when Barcelona are in possession, they really like to push forward, and they're playing almost like 2-4-4, and it just makes it so much more difficult for Dortmund to get out. They don't get this pass spot on in midfield. Pedri, Casado are very good on the front foot, putting pressure on. The minute they lose possession, bang, they're looking to put Dortmund under pressure, win it back as quickly as possible.
Into Yamal. Gittins trying to hold him up. Yamal feeds Koundé. Yamal again. Beautiful interplay, and there were just about enough yellow and black shirts in the way to block the route to goal.
Yeah, it's been a big threat in this first half. Not that it wasn't expected, but Yamal was always going to be a danger down the right-hand side. Dortmund had numbers there, and it was a good block in the end, good defending, no one diving in. They know that the danger is there. You've got to stay on your feet, you've got to make the blocks, make it difficult for them to play through you or get past you.
Rafinha gives the symbol, and they take the corner short. Balde. Yamal. First time ball in's dangerous, and it's guided away by Rierson. Seems to have an issue here, the man who just made that interception.
I'm not sure if it was Lewandowski running past him, maybe it was a slight collision, not really sure. You'll see it now on the replay. It was an accidental, I think, a hand in the face possibly, or maybe treading on his foot, I'm not really sure. I'm sure he's okay.
On the fringes of the top four, but things have been going well in the Champions League. There is a little bit of disgruntlement about how their Bundesliga campaign has panned out so far.
I think the biggest disappointment for Dortmund so far in the Bundesliga is their away form. They've been pretty poor away from home, but at home they've been such a strong team. And the Champions League's been a little bit different as well. So I mean, they've had some good results away on the road. The one notable one was obviously against Real Madrid, where they lost. They were 2-0 up in that game, and ended up losing 5-2. So they've got it in them. Just got to try and transfer that away form in the Champions League into the Bundesliga.
Couldn't they? Lewandowski's after that. Schlotterbeck in his way, so he goes back to Yamal. Now it's Lewandowski. Deflection might work out here for Barcelona. Koundé's onto it. And Kobel gets down well. Urasi took that out of the sky nicely. Couldn't make it stick.
Again, really good defending. So much pressure on the ball. When Urasi gets the ball there, he's under so much pressure, and in the end just almost gets sort of glided off the ball. Barcelona regain possession. There goes the pressure again. Back on the Dortmund.
Waiting for an option. Dani Olmo comes short to try and offer one. She thought about the big switch, but decides against it. Which is in the right place to win it back for Dortmund, although not for long. Kubasi. Room here for Koundé. Stretching, unable to control, but then Dani Olmo was nearly gifted it. Rierson does well. Under a lot of pressure there, wins the throw-in again. Slow it down a little bit. Barcelona want the tempo to be quick. It's Koundé's chance. Again, another one from Gregor Kobel that you expect him to save. Decent save, puts it in the right area as well. His only Champions League goal so far was for Sevilla 4 years ago. Jules Koundé, the France international, hasn't scored since August for Barcelona this term, when he got one against Valladolid in 7-0 success that they enjoyed in the summer. Mecha, well, he took a gamble, got away with two, couldn't get past the third challenge. Yamal, Mecha stayed down. Will have the chance to put the ball out here if they feel that Mecha needs some attention.
Holding the ball for too long, trying to do too much in possession. It's a good challenge. Mecha there, maybe there's a bit of coming together on his knee, but it was a good challenge. Just caught with the ball too long. That's what you can't do against Barcelona. You've got to let the ball move. Barcelona are so quick. trying to win the ball back after losing the possession.
Not too concerned about the fact that he would fill that hole left by the injury to Nicolas Sula this evening. He might have come in for a bit of jip from some sections of the support, but he's still a reliable campaigner when called upon. Schlotterbeck, ever present these days for Dortmund. It's a Burnley down the line. Reina. Oh, and Girassi! What a save from Peña!
Huge save from Peña there, absolutely brilliant. Girassi, the flag for offside in the end, but that's a big save. The keeper doesn't know it. Girassi, again, you expect him to score from that sort of range. The linesman, absolutely spot on again. What a save. Absolutely world class.
16 goals for club and country in the last 20 games that he's played for Girassi. Shahid confused as to how that ball didn't go in. As were we, but Peña produced the goods. Barcelona have felt like the dominant force with 5 minutes to go until the break, but that's two very big chances that Dortmund have had, albeit if one of them might have been offside.
I think it's safe to say that last one wasn't offside. It was the correct call again from the linesman. But Dortmund, it's a good sign. They know that it gives them more confidence. They're obviously a long period of this game. They've been out of possession. They've been defending. They've been trying to deal with the threat that Barcelona have on both sides of the pitch. And to get forward, to get, create chances against this Barcelona side, I think certainly they can hold this off until half-time at 0-0, give them more confidence going in the second half and more self-belief.
And again, poked across for Mecha. They've got 3-on-2 on the left if they play it. And Savani, Girassi wants it. Oh, was he caught there? Francois Texier says not.
Yeah, you can clearly hear the home supporters are not happy. They're never going to be happy when something gets against their side. But Dortmund again, promising, very promising, pushing forward.
Well, that's going to be a yellow card for Marcel Sabitzer for dissent, I would have thought, as he lashed the ball away with some gusto. Obviously, the Dortmund players trying to show their discontent towards the referee, and Sabitzer picks up a yellow for this.
Yeah, certainly loses his head about it. I mean, whether it's a penalty or not, we've got the video referee assistant to make those calls. Players, I know, get frustrated at the time, but you just got to let play go on. You've got to get back, make sure you don't concede, and the rest will take care of itself.
Dennis Higler, the Dutch official, is our video assistant referee, and as you can see from Francois Texier there was no intervention from Dennis Higler, so no further inspection required.
I think there's always a danger. Whenever you're defending, there's a slight touch, there's a grab maybe, slight grab. There's always a danger that maybe a decision could go against you. But I just don't think there was enough in that one. I think Girassi knew exactly what he was trying to do. I don't think there was enough contact there to warrant a penalty.
Perhaps that can help fire up both fans and players alike if they are sensing a cause of injustice.
I think every home fans in particular think when that call goes against them, there's an injustice, of course. That's what football fans are like. and understandably, you know, the home supporters, they want everything for their team to go well. And for Dortmund, large part of this half, they've been on the back foot. So to see them move forward and try and put Barcelona under pressure is always a positive, I think, for them.
It certainly seems as though they've squeezed a bit higher up the pitch in the last few minutes. Martinez. Goalless in Dortmund, but not for the want of trying from both of these sides. Martinez. Kubasi. Kunde. Olmo for Kunde. It's a poor pass by him, which allowed Sabitzer to step in, but Barcelona have it back with Pedri. Lifted to Rafinha. Instant control from him. No instant pass, though, because he was starved of options. Balde gives him one and gives it away. Rierson. Say done well in a tight spot, but he lost possession, then won it back, and it's all a little bit patchy before the lobbed pass to Yamal is cut out, and then Gittins safely into Koval's hands.
Yeah, that's what Barcelona do well. Just compact the midfield area, really quick to react, but it's difficult for Rierson there. Almost did incredibly well. Just again, almost got caught out by playing too much again with the ball.
Into additional time at the end of this first half. Gittins. Girassi!
I don't think he realises how much time he's on the ball. The referee linesman's flag for offside again potentially. I'm not really sure. Yeah, it looks like again it's a really tight call. Could have been offside. Does really well, Gittins, as he does get past Kunde. The cutback was excellent. Girassi has time to take a touch.
So no goals in the first half in Dortmund. The sides level on points in the league phase table.
This match was brought to you by PlayStation, UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
Pemain Dortmund lebih fokus untuk membangun counter attack ya Stuart ya. Padahal mereka tim tuan rumah, memang mereka coba untuk melakukan counter pressing. Tapi dalam beberapa situasi mereka kalah cepat dengan para pemain Barcelona. Namun dari beberapa kali situasi counter attack Dortmund ini juga bisa menciptakan banyak peluang. Tapi kesulitan mereka adalah untuk menciptakan peluang on target.
Ya, sambil kita bicarakan juga tentunya soal Barcelona, kami ajak Anda juga pemirsa untuk melihat tadi bagaimana sejumlah peluang yang terjadi di jalannya babak pertama ya. Sementara Barcelona sendiri kita tahu memang sejak awal agresif sekali, tidak seperti tim tamu, mereka banyak sekali dapat kesempatan.
Ya betul, itu yang saya katakan sebelum kick off ya Stuart, bahwa Barcelona musim ini adalah tim yang bermain ofensif. Mereka sudah menjadi mesin gol, jadi mereka pasti akan bermain dengan high pressing, high intensity. Kita melihat justru secara keseluruhan mereka bisa menciptakan sampai 8 shot, 8 upaya ke gawang dari Dortmund ya, Kobel ya, penjaga gawang dari Dortmund. Ada 3 juga yang on target. Artinya memang di babak pertama mereka lebih dominan, namun sebaliknya. Nah Dortmund ini kalau sudah di final third agak berbahaya juga. Karena mereka lebih banyak mengandalkan skill para pemain yang berada di sayap ya. Tapi Lamine Yamal, Konde, mereka bisa menciptakan peluang juga. Rafinha hampir mendapatkan peluang. Cuma saya melihat yang masih sulit mendapatkan ruang adalah Lewandowski.
Betul.
Padahal Lewandowski ini adalah target man yang juga diharapkan bisa melakukan finishing. Dia kan adalah finisher ya. Seandainya para pemain Barca bisa lebih cermat memberikan dia passing dan Lewandowski mendapatkan ruang, mungkin tadi Barcelona sudah mencetak gol.
Iya, ruang yang tidak didapatkan oleh Lewandowski ini karena kalau kita lihat secara compact defense saat Borussia Dortmund dalam keadaan diserang, mereka langsung berkumpul. Nyaris semua pemain itu ada di bagian sepertiga akhir pertahanannya.
Iya, dan Lewandowski sepertinya memainkan perannya sebagai pengalih perhatian ya.
Decoy ya?
Pemain Dortmund. Iya, artinya sebagai decoy agar pemain lain masuk. Tapi masalahnya pada saat pemain seperti Rafinha dan juga Yamal masuk, bahkan Konde juga masuk, mereka belum bisa melakukan finishing.
Ya, Binder, itu kan masalah-masalahnya ya. Solusinya apa? Nanti kita bicarakan. Jangan kemana-mana pemirsa, kami juga akan hadir dengan jalannya babak kedua setelah ini.
baik dari possession, total attempt on target, bahkan kita melihat dari segi passing. Passing mereka hampir 2 kali lipat ya dibandingkan passing secara total dari para pemain Dortmund. Artinya ya walaupun ini bermain di Jerman, para pemain Barcelona sebetulnya ya menikmati jalannya pertandingan. Ya, terlepas dari ada beberapa situasi di mana para pemain Dortmund menciptakan sedikit kepanikan di ruang pertahanan mereka. Tapi masalah dari Dortmund adalah sebetulnya mereka hanya mengandalkan Guirassy loh. Guirassy ini sebenarnya dikawal ketat.
Betul.
Dia 2 kali mendapatkan peluang, tapi 2 kali tersebut dia tidak bisa menyelesaikan peluang. Yang satu off target, satu lagi memang di save, tapi ternyata dia sudah offside. Ya,
saya rasa cerita di 45 menit yang akan datang akan menjadi lebih menarik. Tapi sebelum kita ke sana, kami juga ingin mengajak Anda pemirsa untuk melihat bagaimana hasil-hasil dari pertandingan lainnya yang berlangsung secara bersamaan di UEFA Champions League, di mana ada big match lainnya nih. Juventus masih bermain imbang menghadapi Manchester City.
Iya, dan AC Milan sementara lagi unggul ya, Stuart, dan Arsenal juga sementara lagi unggul atas Monaco. Jadi 2 tim tersebut juga membuka peluang untuk lolos ke babak selanjutnya ya.
Ya, dan kita akan lihat nanti bagaimana hasil akhirnya tentu saja di 45 menit yang tersisa, di mana juga akan dimainkan juga oleh tim-tim lainnya. Tapi kita kembali fokus dengan pertandingan antara Dortmund berhadapan dengan Barcelona. Kalau tadi Binder sempat mengatakan bahwa Olmo belum maksimal. Kemudian Lewandowski juga belum berada pada posisi yang tepat. Saya rasa Hansi Flick adalah seorang pelatih yang pintar yang akan menyadari situasi ini dan akan coba mengoptimalkan apa yang menjadi minus tadi di jalannya babak pertama.
Iya, bisa juga pemain seperti Fermin Lopez atau juga Ferran Torres nanti dimainkan di babak kedua, Stuart. Bisa juga Frankie de Jong ya, karena memang Barcelona ini musim ini punya kedalaman skuad, karena sebelumnya di awal musim atau di beberapa pertandingan awal musim ini Hansi Flick memberikan peluang kepada para pemain muda untuk bermain. Menaruh beberapa pemain yang sebelumnya menjadi bagian dari skuad inti Barcelona di bangku cadangan. Jadi sekarang pada saat dia perlu membuat sebuah perubahan, dia bisa memainkan pemain-pemain yang lebih berpengalaman. Nah, mereka semua berada di bangku cadangan, artinya kemungkinan akan ada pergantian pemain di babak kedua nanti.
Ya, apakah itu akan terjadi? Kita akan lihat bersama di jalannya babak kedua yang akan kami hadirkan setelah ini. Di 45 menit yang terjadi di babak pertama, kita akan segera menuju ke jalannya babak kedua. Tapi tadi kalau kita sudah bahas banyak soal Barcelona dan apa yang akan coba dilakukan oleh Hansi Flick, saya rasa kita juga harus bahas soal tuan rumah Borussia Dortmund. Nuri Sahin akan mencoba untuk melakukan sesuatu, karena bagaimanapun ini adalah kandang mereka. Mereka tidak boleh melewatkan kesempatan untuk mendapatkan 3 poin. Ya,
betul. Saya rasa di babak kedua nanti para pemain Dortmund akan lebih berani ya keluar menyerang Stuart ya, karena jika mereka bermain terlalu ke dalam seperti di babak pertama, para pemain Barcelona itu lebih dekat ke pertahanan mereka, dan itu sangat berbahaya. Apalagi pada saat pemain seperti Lamine Yamal lebih lama menguasai bola di area pertahanan dari Dortmund. Dia bisa memberikan sampai 3 umpan kunci. Dia bisa mendapatkan 2 peluang untuk mencetak gol. Artinya jika Dortmund ingin menyerang, saya pikir finishing mereka harus bagus. Karena memang Dortmund bisa menciptakan peluang dari counter attack, tapi mayoritas peluang tersebut tidak on target. Artinya kemungkinan nanti pemain-pemain yang sekarang ditaruh di bangku cadangan seperti Adeyemi, kemudian ada juga Malen, bahkan ada Pascal Gross. Gross pernah juga lama bermain di Inggris bersama Brighton and Hove Albion. Ini kan pemain-pemain yang diharapkan bisa melakukan finishing. Bisa juga nanti Nuri Sahin juga melakukan serangkaian pergantian pemain yang biasa dilakukan di babak kedua. Ini kebiasaan dari pelatih asal Turki ini. Biasanya di babak kedua dia akan melakukan beberapa pergantian pemain untuk mengubah permainan dari timnya.
Ya, kalau ada hal lain yang bisa kita simpulkan selain pertahanan dari Dortmund yang kuat tadi adalah bagaimana cara mereka melakukan serangan balik ya. Dari sektor flank, bola-bola crossingnya mengandalkan Guirassy. Apabila kemudian memasukkan Malen, Adeyemi, ini akan menjadi jauh lebih tajam dan sangat berbahaya bagi Barca.
Ya betul, dan kemungkinan para pemain Dortmund tidak saja akan bermain di flank, tapi akan lebih banyak umpan-umpan terobosan diberikan dari tengah. Karena Adeyemi dan juga Malen ini punya yang namanya kecepatan. Dan Sabitzer sejauh ini memang lebih fokus di tengah. Tapi saya pikir jika dimainkan dua pemain yang lebih cepat, Sabitzer akan fokus untuk bisa memberikan feeding bola ke depan ya. Karena Sabitzer juga termasuk salah satu pemain yang kreatif. Jadi memang dia harus lebih aktif juga untuk memberikan suplai bola ke depan.
Ya, kalau tadi Anda sempat menyinggung soal lapangan tengah ya, yang paling menyorot perhatian kita adalah ketika ada pertarungan di sana, hanya ada 2 pemain Barcelona, Pedri dan juga Olmo, tapi setidaknya ada 4 pemain Dortmund yang selalu bergerak sebagai sebuah unit.
Ya, karena memang para pemain Barcelona yang bermain lebih banyak yang memang punya naluri menyerang. Seharusnya kan di posisi tersebut selain adanya Pedri, ada juga Gavi. Olmo ini kan pemain yang lebih berpikir bagaimana caranya untuk menyerang. Walaupun dia kali ini bermain di tengah, padahal pemain ini sebetulnya posisi naturalnya kan bermain di sebelah kiri ya. Jadi saya pikir ya wajar seperti itu, cuma sejauh ini memang para pemain Barcelona masih bisa mengatasi. Ya, masih bisa mengatasi kesulitan di lini tengah karena buktinya mereka lebih banyak menciptakan peluang. Cuma di babak kedua ini, entah mengapa feeling saya Dortmund akan lebih berani keluar menyerang. Kayaknya di babak pertama tadi mereka membaca permainan Barcelona, kemungkinan di babak kedua ini mereka akan berani menyerang. Karena salah satu cara untuk meredam keganasan Barca di depan adalah untuk menyerang, membuat mereka sibuk di pertahanan.
Ya, kalau begitu saya minta analisa singkat kira-kira kemana arah pertandingan nanti setelah 90 menit.
Ya, seharusnya ada gol di babak kedua, tapi jujur sulit sekali bagi saya untuk memprediksi karena di babak pertama tadi ada juga yang namanya jual beli serangan. Jadi ini tergantung juga. Kemungkinan jika ada kesalahan, ya bisa jadi tim tersebut yang akan kemasukan gol, tim yang membuat kesalahan.
Ya, kita akan lihat bagaimana jalannya babak kedua antara Borussia Dortmund berhadapan dengan FC Barcelona. Dari studio kami ucapkan selamat menyaksikan.
This match is brought to you by MasterCard, UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
Finished 0-0 when the sides met here in the UEFA Champions League group stage 5 seasons ago, and that is the situation at the interval in the latest instalment of Dortmund against Barcelona. It doesn't appear that there's been a change from either of the head coaches during the interval when it comes to personnel, although that might change. Nuri Sahin is about to make an alteration. Jan Couto is the player who's coming on, and Julian Riersen, who'd had a really good first half, is the man who's making way. I can only imagine is down to an injury issue. Confirmation then of the change, and it will be Dortmund who will get this second half underway, kicking from right to left. Dortmund unbeaten in their last 13 Champions League games at home, which is an ongoing club record, and they're on a 5-game winning streak on their own turf in this competition as well. Barcelona had the better of the first half, but Dortmund had their chances as well. Change at the interval then with Riersen heading off and Jan Couto coming on, and Mark Schwarzer. You can only imagine that that's a forced change given the way that Rierson played.
Yeah, it must be. He must have picked up something in that first 45 minutes because, yeah, like you said, he had a very good first 45, but he was very comfortable with the ball. If anything, this is where the biggest threats were for Dortmund down that right-hand side, and unfortunately for him, his evening's come to an end.
Reina, lost it in a bad area. Yamal making inroads. Really intelligent piece of work from Schlotterbeck. He smacks it straight into the referee.
Yeah, Yamal's just made the wrong decision. He should have looked up. You can see Rafinha on the left-hand side was in. He was free. Played the ball early enough. Dortmund could have been in big problems.
Is the replacement for Rierson. Kubasi to Peña, who, although his side were very much the dominant force in that first half, had to make a couple of very good saves, Peña. Now, here goes Gittins. Getting no change out of Casado.
Jamie Gittins has had a difficult game so far. He's struggled to really make an impact down this left-hand side for Dortmund. You see Barcelona playing a really, really high line.
Duranville. Two red and blue rather shirts for company, and too many for him to find a way past. Some information about what led to that alteration from Nuri Sahin at the interval. So has to funnel it back to Kobel. Finger closing down. Mecha closed down by Dani Olmo. Nearly gave it to Lewandowski. Dortmund all the way back inside their own box with Kobel.
Just got to be patient in possession, Dortmund. Don't do anything silly. Recycle the ball if they need to. Go again. Look to try and stretch Barcelona as much as possible.
Urasi, good strength, but to go backwards with the pass. Here's Mecha. Reina. Looked offside to me, or maybe it's Arbitzer wasn't. Gittins and Guirassy! Flag goes up. You always felt it was coming, and I think that Seru Guirassy did too. Bit of a smile from Nuri Sahin. I don't think he's surprised either.
Yeah, I think he knew himself, Guirassy, that they're on the offside position. Yeah, Barcelona's high line, they've been excellent defending, really well organised. Keep that line really, really high. Dortmund at the moment just haven't cottoned onto it. They haven't been aware, haven't looked down the line. Too often so far in this game they've been caught out.
from him. Mecha stepped in. It's broken for Gio Reyna, but not going to make any inroads because Pedri was fouled. And that's a yellow card for Felix Mecha in addition to the free kick. And he needs to just calm down here.
Yeah, both their midfield players now on yellow cards. It's a difficult one because there's frustration clearly about a decision, but they've got to keep their calm. They've not got to get in the referee's book now. Now they've got to be careful for the remainder of the game. They've got no more chances, as we see. There's stepping on his foot there. It's accidental. The referee, again, the referee's made the right decision there. As much as the Dortmund players are frustrated.
Again, they certainly are using their feelings of being hard done by to try and get behind the team. Schlotterbeck banged forwards nicely. And I think Duranville actually would have been onside that time, but there was too much pace on the pass from Schlotterbeck.
Yeah, Schlotterbeck is normally really good with those passes over the top. Really good weight of his pass normally, just slightly overhit that one.
Dani Olmo brings it forwards well. They've got numbers here. Rafinha's through, and Rafinha scores! Unerring finish. No flag for now, and Barcelona in front. Rafinha doing it against a German side once again. A hat-trick against Bayern, and now the opener at Dortmund. It will be checked, of course, but for now, it's Dortmund 0, Barcelona 1.
Rafinha then does make no mistake with the shot there. It looked like Dortmund players just stopped. We'll see it again on the replays to see whether or not Rafinha's held his line long enough. Schlotterbeck, well, it's a really tight one. It's going to be an interesting call, this one. But when Rafinha gets on one-on-one, he has a chance to lay it square. Instead, goes for it himself. Kerbal just on his heels, gets caught out. Rafinha, great finish.
Well, the Brazilian blasting home in some style here. Another goal in the Champions League for him this season. Kerbal didn't even bother moving. And Rafinha with the ice-cold strike. Although Hansi Flick is unmoved. There are the numbers, 6 in 6 matches for Rafinha. 4 of them have come against German opponents. 1 tonight to go alongside with his hat-trick against Bayern.
Dortmund were in a good position, really good possession of the ball, had half chances, just got caught out of their line, and then Barcelona on the counter-attack, catch them out. That's how you keep your line, that's how you don't strain an offside position. Rafinha times his run perfectly.
Pedri. Kubasi.